everyone. I extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Dr. Anil Sharma, Regional Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Delhi Kendra. I also welcome Shri Gautam Biswas from KV Kolkata, and a warm welcome to all the participants to the final day of our Teacher Transformation Workshop on Teachers as Design Thinkers. Over the past 3 days, we have explored the philosophy and practice of design thinking in education, from empathy and action research to reflection and real world case studies. Yesterday, we learned how to use technology as a tool to create a prototype, importance of journaling, and some case studies of teacher led innovations. Today, our focus is on impact and implementation, ensuring that ideas are not just conceived, but also executed, tested, and sustained to create measurable outcomes in the lives of our learners. As we step into the concluded sessions of this journey, let us begin the day by joining our hands for prayer.
हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम ऐसे हो हमारे करम नेकी पर चले और बढ़ी से टले ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम ऐसे हो हमारे करम नेकी पर चले और बढ़ी से टले ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम ये अंधेरा घना छा रहा तेरा इंसान घबरा रहा हो रहा बेखबर कुछ ना आता नजर सुख का सूरज छुपा जा रहा है तेरी रोशनी में जो दम तो अमावस को कर दे पूनम नेकी पर चले और बढ़ी से टले ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम हे मालिक तेरे बंदे हम
Indeed, every ending is also a new beginning. And today, we bring together our learning to carry them into practice. To begin with, we continue our focus on case studies of teacher led innovations. A reminder that meaningful change is always possible when teachers lead with creativity. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Sri Gautam Biswas from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Kolkata, to share his experiences and insights. Sri Gautam Biswas is a seasoned educator with over 25 years of teaching experience as a postgraduate teacher in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. He has contributed extensively to science exhibitions, counseling, and career guidance. Sir has prepared study material for senior secondary biology, delivered expert talks in various national and online programs, and authored research papers. He is also an active member of the GIEST India chapter, committed to promoting sustainable and innovative educational practices. Sir, we are truly honored to have you with us, and we invite you to kindly address the participants. Over to you, Gautam, sir.
So, good evening once again, Dr. Sharma sir, and all the teachers of Bhavan, Bharati Vidya Bhavan, a chain of schools. Well, it's really indeed my pleasure to be with you all and to share my experience with you all about the design thinking and the research work which the teachers they always do it. It is not that they are not doing. But I would like to share some of the things which I feel like that teachers must practice so that they can be also a design team. So I would like to share my slides over here. May I have the permission to share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I think it is visible. Teacher as a design scientist and a design thinker, and what we actually do and what are our targets, what are our goals, what we should have with us in order to be a design scientist, and what are the achievements. This is the few aspects we'll deal today, and let us say that what positive inputs teacher can get as a design scientist. First thing that a teacher must plan according to the uh, particular batch of students. What is his or her aim? So knowing the student is very important because a single definition or a single statement or a single scale does not measure all the students. So what is the teacher's aim? How he will proceed with the student? This actually depends upon entirely on the batch which the teacher is teaching, where the teacher is teaching, what are the available resources, and what the teacher wants the student should be. So that is
Gautam,
the
sir. Sorry,
hello.
I'm interrupting you, Gautam, sir. Can we increase the volume of the system?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible now? Hello,
Yes,
hello. One,
yes,
two,
sir.
three.
Yes, audible, but if the mic could be a little more closer, sir.
Okay, okay, ma'am. I'll do one thing. Just give me 1 minute time.
Right, right.
Hello. Am I audible now, sir, madam? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It is clear. Yes, sir.
Okay. I think it was the headphone which was creating a hindrance. Well, yes, the thing which I would like to discuss with you all is that one particular size do not fit in everyone's shoe. So we have to change the plan and we have to think it of what we are going to do. But prior to that, what resource we are having is very important. So first of all, a teacher should judge what are the raw materials, what are the type of students, what are the aim of the students they are having. A simple example, when I was in other school, means in a remote place, the student have never asked about the projects, what type of projects I would like to give. So finding that what is to be done, how to develop a particular area, say genetics, DNA fingerprinting, or something else, I would select project and give it to them. But a school in Calcutta where I am recently posted, here the students are willing to ask me that, sir, please give us such projects which we have, which has a recent research application or the recent research works are going on, like gene editing and other things. So it is actually the batch whom you're just nurturing. If it is a well one that they are ready to take challenge, you can give a challenge of their level. Else you have to change it. So the design or the strategy which you make initially is based on basically the students, and it's very important. Coming towards, we have to collect evidences or data that on what the students can work. It can be on environmental, it can be on pollution and other things, it can be any other factors, you can say saving electricity, etc. Any such projects can be given, and uh, some data to be collected and some brainstorming is to be given. So to find out that their improvement. Okay, coming back, what's next? Creative problems. Okay, that is to turning the challenges. What are the challenges they're having, the problems they're having that should be converted into opportunities? That is also important because always there will be some challenges, and we have to, for example, we have to complete our course. But in spite of that, the time which they are getting, we have to utilize it in such a way that we can also make them think about the future and the present day challenges. The most important thing is over here, in many places, what I have said, this particular thing, why I have said environment, the environment is not the environment around. The environment is basically, the environment is basically what the teachers get in the school. This environment, which I talk about over here, is basically many schools, they say that a teacher will have to follow this particular way of teaching, this particular things have to be done. So there is no teacher's autonomy. And if a teacher modifies a particular research work with respect to his or her autonomy, then that should be respected. Because in case of design thinking, in case of design scientist, we have to be flexible. Obviously, we don't know what is the goal. It can be a positive one, it can be a negative one. But when we do a research, a negative result is also a result. We cannot throw it up. We can say this is the way how it had not worked. So environment is very important, the environment which you have to do it. What are the outputs? Obviously, better learning outputs, adaptive, tested and personalized teaching. When you have got some output, you can say that this method can be used for this particular scenarios and it can give some result. Let's see, some of the thing over here is you look back and you make changes. You look back and you make changes, that is iteration, which is very important. You look back, what are the drawbacks and what change should be done in order to go for a betterment. So this is the basic thing which lies behind any research work, that we have to think what mistake we have did, what was wrong, what could be added in order to make it better. And every time you have to think in this way in order to make the project or the research work better. Some of the case studies which had been collected from different parts, even in India also, and we have made a very short things over here. For example, in case of science, genetics, they have used concept maps. They have used peer teaching and gamifying. So these are the things, concept maps, peer teaching, gamifying. You have to have a lot of resource. You have to be rich in resource. All the apps which are, you say, which can meet different needs that you should know, because concept map can be done manually or also it can be done by computers. Okay, gamification, some apps can be there, help for gamifying a particular topic. So by this, it was found that there was 28% increase in quiz score. Okay, and students were much more confident once they have gone this way. We can come to the next over here. That in case of Finland, where mathematics was kept in the real world solving problem, and they were given a project on local business in order to see how there was a change in the market. And a 35% improvement was found among the students who were working in this, in their ability of calculation, collecting data, and many other things. So the interest towards the maths have increased. Similarly, in case of Australia, what we have seen, that environmental education sustainability lab, there can be different labs where Tabunda, there can be a cross-cultural sustainability lab where a student can be taken to different labs. Suppose a lab which uses recycling of plastic or a chemical lab. On the other hand, there can be also a lab where generation of electricity can be shown, because in many places generators are used. And the student can find out how much fuel goes exhausted, how much uh, plastics and others gets dumped in an area in a particular time, and they can find out the cause, and they can also work on it in order to reduce this pollution or this environmental waste. So in order to save the environment, these things can also be taken into by the students. So we can save the environment with the help of a huge amount of warriors, that is our students. That is also possible, and we can also do this. To their academics, if we talk with, it had been seen that by using certain devices like AR and VR in Kerala, nearly 20 to 25% increase in result or academic activity had been increased. That means their performance, academic performance, had been increased to a certain extent by using AR and VR, because they help in understanding certain concepts very better. So we find that everywhere there are different technologies which are going on, and they are asking to adapt for new technologies to boost. But the thing is, selection of technology is actually your choice. Okay, there cannot be only one particular technology. You should have a knowledge on multiple technologies and have to decide which one is to be used. So no one size fits all. Okay, and hence we have a list of things. You may use AR, you may use VR, you may use simulations, you may use videos, some apps like that are Padlets, some apps like that are Mentimeter. AI is there on the move. Even some science movies can also be added. Sometimes it is very interesting to watch, allow the students to watch some movies. And again, the movie should be of science based. But before the student watch the movie, it is also recommended that the teacher should watch it and find that yes, it is obvious, can this be approved or not. Or some clips from a movie can also be added for teaching learning purpose. So the movies, some of the movies are over here that student can also see these things, Frozen Planet, okay, and the Penguins, March of the Penguins, and many other such type of movies are there. Some are there with genetics also, maybe genetic engineering, and also reconstructing new organisms with the help of genetics and other topics like that of Jurassic Parks and etc. So the thing is how to create your subject. This I have shown because obviously I'm from bio background, and that's why I have used these topics. But it can be in many other, in space also, space science. There are a lot of movies. So a teacher of physics can also obviously use those type of movies in order to make the student curious about the facts. So the thing which ultimately comes over here is that you should know your students, you should know how to use the apps, you should plan and you should work accordingly, and it should be a feasible one that can be ended within a span of time. And whatever result you're getting, with that result, you can modify in the next session, or you can modify in between also. If it does not work, go for another one. But don't get hopeless, because this is one of the wonderful way of teaching. So ultimate conclusions and key takeaway: the teacher as a design scientist can bring innovations in classroom. So the way you teach can bring innovation in classroom. A simple example, if I again want to give you, I have not kept it in the PowerPoint. Cardiac cycle, we can give it theoretical wise, but you can give some diagrams like that of heart and other things. But one simple diagrammatic representation with two concentric circles showing the arterial phase, auricular phase, and the ventricular phase, divided, there's the two concentric circles had been divided into 8 equal parts with 0.1 second each. That diagram can show or can give much more information. A single diagram with auricular systole, ventricular systole, joint diastole, with heart sound, and when does this heart sound take place. So like that type of things can also help the students to learn more, and can have a better, clear concept which can sustain for a longer period. Okay, the cycle of design, implementation, reflections, and iteration, which I've said, this drives success, and sharing such success designs that will help others to be benefited. So I would like that they should share if they have some success stories, how they have experiment or the research, and what was their benefit. That could be shared, that will be again helpful for others. So it is not that we don't do, we do it always. And the things which we feel better, such as what I feel better was Padlet. I frequently use this app for this, what do you call, a sort of flipped classroom. What I teach over here, I give it to them again in flipped classroom, like Padlets, and they fill up the things and they give it to me. I could find out that what is the level of understanding. And obviously, the question which are given in Padlets were just brainstorming or something like that of application and skill based. So in this way, they can just get encouraged in your subject, will love your subject, and obviously they will do best for it. So that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Sir, for your inspiring words and for showing us that the real impact of nature led innovations can really make a big difference. So, with your kind permission, Anil sir, can we move on to the next session?
Yes,
That
yes,
is,
yes, yes, yes.
thank you